Hello. I am Andrea Martinez Johnson, and this is part 2. It's the second session. Just recently, I was signing and teaching ASL for part 1. If you hadn't had a chance to go watch part 1, I encourage you to look back, and you can learn, some different signs that I was teaching from part 1. So go back, watch that video, and you can learn some of those signs. This is part 2, and it's connected more to Special Olympics sport signs. But I encourage you to go back and watch part 1 first. Let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. I work at Creighton Middle School as an instructional assistant. I work with deaf students. I've been doing this for 20 years. I also teach at the University of South Carolina. I teach 2 classes, ASL 1 and ASL 2. I've been doing that since 2004. And of course, go Gamecocks. I really love teaching ASL. It's a passion. I enjoy interacting and teaching with hearing students. And it's not something I complain about. I enjoy teaching. All right, so let's get started. Before I get into teaching signs, I want to tell you a little bit about deaf culture. Deaf individuals tend to be noisy. And do you know how you get a deaf individual's attention? You can tap them lightly on the shoulder, just give them a little tap, not hard. You can also flick the lights, just turn them on and off. Now make sure that you're not turning the lights on and off like a strobe light, just once or twice. That can get somebody's attention. And we also tend to beat our hands on a tabletop. That's how that we can get deaf people's attention. But just so you know, deaf people tend to be noisy. That's just, we're used to that. You can also kind of shake your hand in front of you or wave to try to get somebody's attention, kind of a visual cue. And right now, also, phones are very popular. You might have a light that flashes on your phone to get somebody's attention. You can also text somebody. If they're not seeing you, you can send them a quick text. When they look at the phone, then they'll look around and see where you are. That's another popular way to communicate. Interesting fact, do you know how deaf people wake up? With their alarm. The light, hold on, let me get my phone. The light on the phone will flash right there. And I tend to use that whenever I sleep. And when the light flashes, that's my cue to wake up. We also have vibrating alarms that shake the bed. A long time ago, you would have a tableside lamp, and it would flicker on and off, or this big box, and it was about this thick, and you'd put it under the bed, and it would vibrate and, cause you to wake up. Oh, I hated that. And that was in the past. And also, interestingly enough, in the past, there was no texting. We had what's called a TTY. It's a teletypewriter. I think I spelled that correctly. And you'd place the headset from the phone on top, and you'd type back and forth whenever you wanted to call your friends. And oh my goodness, it was so expensive. Our phone bills would be between $200 to $400 every month. Yeah. That was in the past. But today, we have our cell phones. We're able to save money. All right, so let's get back to the topic at hand. And I'll interrupt periodically with some more insight into deafness and deaf culture. All right, here's a sign for coach. Coach on the shoulder. You might have, this is a sign for soccer, ball, soccer ball, soccer coach, track with the T hands, track coach, There's a variety of different, sports that have coaches, but that's the sign for coach on the shoulder. If you shake the A hand, athlete. If you have a game, this is a sign for game. That's a sign for point. Like you have 0 to 1. The score is 1 to 2. So that's point. 2 points to 1 point. 3 to 4. So that's how you show the score, but then that's a sign for point. I forgot to add, this is a sign for Special Olympics. In the Olympics, they have, for the logo, they have the rings, and that's why it looks like this, Special Olympics. So it's like you're connecting the rings together using your hands. SC, the letter S and the letter C, that's the state of South Carolina. Partner, like unified partner. Medical form. Medical form. Volunteer. Help. Volunteer. Catch. Like if someone throws the ball and you catch it. Ball. And it depends on the size. You might have a large ball, a medium ball, small ball, but that's catch. Throw. Okay, and it depends on how heavy, like if you're lofting, it depends on the weight of the ball or how large the ball is. Your gestures will mirror that. Throw. If it's a big ball, it would be a different sign. Run. Run. Or like this, run. Track. Okay, there's a difference with the track. Okay, for example, if I'm running and I'm passing off a baton in a relay race, okay, and then you show how the other leg of the relay catches the baton, run. Or you can do the sign like this, oh, hurry up and run over there, run. All right, or pass off the baton, run. Fast, fast. Another sign for fast is like this. You can do it with your thumbs or with your whole hand. Fast. Ooh, it's so fast. Run, 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 run. Go, go, go. Fast, fast. Slow. Oh, it's so slow. Okay, and here's somebody running at a snail's pace. So slow. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Hurry, 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 hurry. This is the sign for hurry. You can do it either way with the H hand, and then you can demonstrate somebody running slow. All right, stop. Hold on a second. We're going to do a little side note. If you ever have an interpreter that's interpreting for a deaf person, and the deaf person is sitting and watching the interpreter, if there's also a hearing person there or hearing people that are talking, so the interpreter is signing what's being said by the hearing person, the interpreter is listening and signing it. Deaf people you have to watch the interpreter to see what's being said. You're not looking at the hearing person, you're looking at the interpreter. And really, hearing people, it's important that you look at the speaker, not become so obsessed watching the interpreter. Because the deaf person is looking at to see what the hearing person is saying. Deaf people, will sign, will look at the hearing person. It's important, if the interpreter is talking and saying what the deaf person is saying, like they're relaying the message, the hearing person is hearing it from the interpreter, but you should make eye contact and look at the deaf person. Don't watch the interpreter. That's how you best facilitate communication, making eye contact with the deaf person. Okay? All right. Back to our signs. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Okay. All right. Back to the point. Stop. Go. Play. Win. Yay! Win. Lose or lost. We lost. Dadgummit. If you win, you can also do this sign for congratulations. Good job. Congratulations. Congratulations. Team. Teamwork. Good job. Team with the letter T. Teamwork. Good sportsmanship with the S on the chest. Good sportsmanship. Gym. Like a gymnasium. Field. You can sign it with the F or you can sign it with the open hand. Field. Goal. Or touchdown. Goal. Like the uprights for a field goal. Encourage. Come on, encourage each other. Positive. Positive attitude. Encouragement. Come on, we're going to win. Smile, be happy. Cooperation or cooperate. Excited. Energy. Water. The W hand on the chin. Toilet or bathroom or restroom. The letter T shaken to the side. And I have another point that I want to make, but we'll hold on to that. This is related to like labeling people, especially labeling deaf people. Do you guys know the word hearing impaired? We sign it HI, hearing impaired. Please don't use that word, HI, hearing impaired. We use the words deaf or hard of hearing. Those terms are acceptable terms. Don't use hearing impaired. If you use hearing impaired or that word, you know, people might think that you were DI. What do you know? Do you know what that stands for? Deaf impaired. So just wanted you guys to know that. Excuse me. But people prefer to be called deaf or hard of hearing. Okay? Because hearing impaired is like a disability. Another thing, if two people are talking, I want to explain more about walking through. So like if you have two deaf people and they're standing in front of each other and they're talking back and forth, signing back and forth, how would you walk through that conversation? You know, would you stop and, you know, look both ways and, you know, duck down and kind of try to, you know, scrunch through, go through the conversation and saying, oh, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Nope, that's not how you do it. You know, going through and being a distraction by saying, excuse me, or, you know, walking up and then walking all the way around, walking all the way around one side or the other. No. If two deaf people are talking or signing, you know, don't just stand there and wait either. What you're supposed to do is while the deaf people are signing, just walk right through. Just walk right through. It is not rude at all. Don't worry about that. You can go right through the conversation. It's not considered rude. You know, of course, really, it's the same as hearing. Like with hearing people when they're talking, you know, it's the same concept. It's the same idea. So just be yourself. Because really, it's less distraction, because if you come up and you know, try to duck down, you'll take the people off their conversation because they're looking away and they'll forget what they were talking about. Just go right on through. It's less distraction if you do that. So that's some advice for you. Hope you guys understood that concept. Okay, and don't think that all deaf people can read lips. Remember, it is not 100% accurate to read lips. For example, you know, it's easy to misunderstand words when you're trying to read lips. You know, my experience with French fries or fish, I get that wrong trying to read it on people's lips. French fries, fish. I always get that wrong. It's easy to be misunderstood, you know, whenever you're reading lips. Don't assume that people are good at that. Yeah, that's my advice to you. Don't. Yeah, and it's going to be noisy. For example, in the kitchen, like if there's a deaf person in the kitchen, you know, they can't hear opening the cabinets and closing the cabinets, pots and pans, you know, putting them down on the counter. I mean, you're not aware because you can't hear it. I'm one of those noisy people, you know, whenever I'm in the kitchen cooking stuff. And, you know, deaf people don't realize that they're noisy, especially if I have my hearing aids off. My mother often complains, and I'm like, I didn't know. Same with my husband. He makes a lot of noise whenever he's cooking breakfast. And would get some complaints from that. And it's hard. You have to be quiet in the kitchen. Quietly put the pots down. I can't. So now, you know, now whenever I'm with my mom and, you know, we're cooking, she makes the noise too. I mean, nobody's perfect. All right, so let me go back to our vocabulary. Okay. Are you ready for a review? All right, let's practice some words. All right, it'll be like a, all right, here's one for you. What word is that? I'm gonna wait for you to respond. Anyone? Anyone know the answer? No luck? Anyone doing a good job? All right, let me finger spell that sign. Do you know what that finger spelled? I need like a timer or like a bell. Anyone? What's the answer? All right. The next word, what's that? What word is that? All right, I'm starting the timer. 3, 4, 5. Anyone know? Anyone know that sign? All right, this is how you spell the word. Starting the timer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone know? Any answers? Okay, the next word. What word is that? One, two, three, 4, 5. Anyone know that word? Anyone get it right? Anyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone? It was goal. Let's see. One more. Let's see what we got. What about this sign? Do you know what word that is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody know that word? Do you know what that spells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what about this one? What word is that? 2, 3, 4, 5. Anyone know the word? I'll finger spell it for you. Do you know that word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anybody? Did you guess it? Okay, what about this one? What word is that? 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me finger spell it for you. Here it is again. What does that spell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you guys got it right. I hope so. Fingers crossed. Good job. Oh, I forgot one more thing. Are you guys ready for the dance on Saturday? Are you excited? Are you ready for the dance? Oh, I bet you do. I hope you guys enjoyed this class. Go practice. Get ready.